Hey everybody, welcome back to Season 9 of XCOM 2. Came a lot faster than I expected it to. That's a sentence that needs context. You likely recently witnessed the crushing defeat in Season 8, and this loading screen, I think, accurately portrays what that felt like. But I'm not letting that happen again, hopefully. A brief summary of what happened here in Season 8. Basically, I ended up making a few suboptimal strategic layer decisions that were compounded by a few bugs, some pretty aggressive mods, and some very unfortunate dice rolls on force level advancements that I just couldn't recover from. I couldn't make it up. For Season 9, we've made quite a few tweaks that are gonna hopefully present a much better balance. That said, it's not gonna be strictly easier. We only saw a teaser of the enemy types present in Requiem Legion in Season 8, and we're definitely gonna have our work cut out for us. And we only did like the black site. We just didn't get very far. So things are still gonna be very, very challenging. New for Season 9, I'll be creating and sharing my mission start save files with you guys. These are going to be available on Discord, so if you really want to play along with each mission, you can do that. In addition, if you just want to have the same starting roster, then you can just load up, you know, my Episode 1 save that I'll make when we load in, and you can just carry on your merry way from there. But I think it'll be a fun thing because we'll be able to play the exact same mission, and I'd love to hear how you guys handle things maybe a bit differently than me. So what we've tweaked for Season 9, well, Fear the Bunnies put together a nice little summary for us. I'll put that on the screen now. Of note, a couple things to highlight. Cannons are going to have innate shredding now, and that's something that we were sorely lacking in Season 8. And in fact, we only had it available on one soldier. It was Geographer, I believe, and it was with a bullpup. So suboptimal big time. A little bit of an oversight on my part with the amount of armored enemies we started seeing, and we just weren't able to deal with it at all. We added quite a few Amalgamation specs to really spice things up now that we all understand how those classes work. The total possible number of unique class combinations is 1,946. Yeah, there's a few. We've also tweaked the barrack size to start at 30 soldiers, but then increased by 15 and 25 when upgraded. I like having a larger roster to play with, getting more people involved, so on and so forth. I think it's a cool balance. We also added the infiltration mod that should work correctly now, so that timers are not going to start until we break concealment. We tried this in Season 8, a different version, but it was a bit buggy, so I think this one's going to be much better. We've got more continent bonuses, more dark events, more sit reps, and we've tuned and removed some of the more egregious ones. We've also added a brand new facility that serves as a hybrid between a lab and a workshop. I personally never really build labs or workshops unless I just have a spare slot later. I just find with Covert Infiltration, scanning times and money, it's like things are hard to come by. That being said, this will be cool, and I'll probably try to build this very, very early. We also added a system infiltration mod and failsafe PCS chips so that we can make hacking cool again, because frankly, hacking sucks, and it's almost never worth the risk. So this should make that a little bit more enjoyable. Now, we're running the same character pool as Season 8, since we only saw essentially a small fraction of all the submissions. And the nice thing is now every soldier is in the pool from the start, and we're going to have a much larger group here. So those links will be down below, or you can get the links on Discord as well. Personally, I'm looking at this screen, and I think that might be John Oldman Smith back there. I don't know if I recognize any others, but this is, of course, not from any in-progress games, so who knows if we're going to see any repeats. Probably. We probably will. Now, if you want to set up your game exactly like mine, here's a couple things you need to do. Go to your options, go to your mod settings, go to your squad select, make it look like this. Notably, uncheck show me the skills so that it's a surprise when we're unlocking new skills. Click on show me the stats, uncheck autofill squad, and that should be pretty much all you need to know. The other thing in here you want to check is the long war aim rolls. We're going to set this graze band to 5. If you recall, early on in Season 8, tons of grazes happening left, right, and center, and a bit of a nightmare. Once we drop that to 5 after, I want to say maybe 10, 11 episodes, something like that, it was felt so much better. But we'll still keep a little bit in there so that can happen. Now, when we're starting a new game, we're obviously going to be playing on Legend. We're going to reduce beginner VO. If you go to the advanced options view here, these will all automatically be selected for you. So not created equal, a golden requiem, scamper exhaustion, impermanent injury, and busy skies. If you're using our tweaks mod, those will all be done for you. Next, we're going to play without Iron Man because mods are a fickle beast. We are playing Honest Man, if you don't know what that is. I don't reload. If people die, like it's a thing, you gotta embrace the chaos, and those create the best storylines. So I encourage you to try your best to not reload things whenever you can. I feel it creates like a more unique experience every time. We're gonna uncheck integrated downloadable content here, so basically the rulers will be roaming free. And we saw what happened with the Viper King in Season 8. We actually dominated him. It was sick. But I also believe that his reactions were not working correctly. I think when we were moving, he was supposed to be reacting, but he wasn't. So, kind of crazy. Let's begin, shall we? Before we get into the actual mission, I do want to thank the production team again. The effort that they've put into taking all of your feedback and mine from Season 8 and making a ton of adjustments for Season 9 is just like hugely appreciated. I literally couldn't make these campaigns half as cool as they are without these guys. Like it's not even a, I can't state it enough. I do also want to thank you guys just for watching, submitting soldiers, sharing any bugs that you've run into from the mod list. On the Discord, we have like an active forum there. It's been pretty cool. And ultimately, you guys are just a really amazing community that I'm personally proud to be a part of. So thank you for everything, and let's hopefully start this season off with a bang. Not the Tobias Batch kind, preferably.
You placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please.
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time. Did you say something? You're one of those. You must understand, I had no choice. Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep Gatecrasher. 60 seconds.
Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are about to see the Sky Ranger for the first time. And that Sky Ranger is going to be populated with soldiers that could be heroes, could be zeros. I hope that they're all heroes, because we're going to need them. Also, which faction are we going to be starting with? Oh! That looks like... Oh, two exciting things happening here. I'll wait for Bradford.
One that they won't be able to cover up so easily. Move to secure the target site and eliminate any hostile contacts in the area.
It's always exciting to see what faction we're going to start with, and it does appear that we're starting Skirmisher here. Buddy on the right. But it also appears we've got a repeat in John Oldman Smith, if I'm not mistaken. The others look fresh and ready to rumble. This is quite the vibe on the leather jacket over here. And then we've got some weird mask situation happening. We've got cool dreadlocks, and then we got Urban Cowboy in the back there. That is absolutely sick. Speaking of the Sky Ranger, before we load in here, at the end of this episode, I'm gonna have my top 9 choices for the Sky Ranger design that were submitted for last season. And then I'm gonna ask you guys to head over to Discord to vote on the Sky Ranger design that you think is best. And that person will obviously get their Sky Ranger into the campaign for the entire time. We'll name it, whatever they've chosen to name it. And we'll give them a free soldier. So they can submit another soldier if they hadn't submitted one yet. They can submit one and we'll guarantee that we add it to the pool. So I think that's a nice little incentive, and hopefully you guys enjoy the designs. There's some pretty cool ones. Let's get in there and let's rumble. I'm stoked on the Skirmisher. Love the strategic benefits. Love the tactical benefits. When I say strategic, I mean like on the geoscape layer, being able to scan to reduce your build times is pretty nice. Ooh, Charlie Noodles. I recognize that name. Xenohall. I don't recognize that name. So a couple of familiar names here. Toaster. Oh, now that is a throwback to a couple campaigns ago where Mec Troopers basically went crazy. We had a mech named Toaster and just absolutely owned everything. Very cool. Okay, so Collix is here too. Okay, Collix is a Skirmisher. Oh, this is exciting. All right, so Collix is a regular submitter, so I recognize that name very quickly. You also have a nice little bonus here. Strong throwing arm. Throw grenades plus 3% more tiles. I feel like that might just be 3 + 3 tiles. Okay, let's meet the group here. So Old Man Smith, he's a rookie. We don't know anything about him from last season. That doesn't exist. Okay, these are all new canons. Happy to have you here, Old Man Smith. Now, taking a look at his stats, he's got 5 health, 12 mobility, 65 aim. So aim and mobility at base, but he got a buff to the HP, which is really nice. We've got Victor the Doctor Lorenzen. That is a very sick look. 65 aim. You've got +2 defense. I mean, we'll take it. And regular mobility, only 4 health, unfortunately. Welcome to the squad. We've got Kate Toaster Elliott at 65 aim. Base mobility, 5 health though. Very cool. We've got, oh my god, how am I going to say this? Ines Hia de la Obscuridad Contreras. Oh, I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. 66 aim, small buff there, 5 health. We'll absolutely take that. Sick mask. Your story's going to be wild, I can already tell. We've got Amy Collix Penton here as our skirmisher coming in with 6 health. I think these guys start at 5, and if they get the boost from the randomized, like, not created equally starts, then we can get a +1 there, which we did. And 70 aim, very, very nice. And then lastly, we've got Joe Puddin' Pop Blogs. And you got a small aim boost, you've got a mobility boost, and 4 health. So that's our starting squad, you guys. Are we feeling confident? Yeah, I mean, they look great, and that's really what matters the most. We also are just right into the facility here. Look at how much space is behind us. I feel like the responsible move is to clear this first before we get flanked. So let's start by moving to that right side. See if we can find anything here. Now, I've mentioned this a couple of times in this video and in previous ones, but I am a pretty big fan of the skirmisher starts. The strategic stuff so that I can increase build or decrease build times if I have nothing else to do is really, really nice. But also in the field, if you've got enemies that are in full cover early on when your aim is so bad, you can pretty reliably pull them out of it, which to me is very powerful. The upside of something like a Reaper, like we had last campaign, is just the intel they provide from going out and not getting detected. The Claymore is really nice for AoE damage. Being able to just navigate a map that you're otherwise unable to is obviously very, very strong. But their strategic layer benefits, in my opinion, are not that good. Scanning for intel is slow and the trickle is very slow. I feel the other stuff is a little bit more impactful. And then of course you have the Templars. Ooh, he's spawning with 2 drones. Ugh. Not great. The Templars are nice because it does help with this early game scary sectoids. And sectoids now are reliably mind controlling you, which is really annoying. And just being able to aggressively deal with them with Templars is so handy. It's so nice to have. But I don't have one of those. So we have the Skirmisher. And the Skirmisher actually can't pull a sectoid either, so that's kind of an interesting little counter. But what the Templars also do in the strategy layer are let you heal a bit faster, which I want to say I don't need, but let's be honest.
No more time to waste.
You probably need it. It doesn't necessarily replace a infirmary or anything, but it's a nice boost when you need it. Now, I'm just going to set up back here. There's a chance they could come over here and reveal Collix, I suppose. We're not going to open just yet. I'm not so concerned about the 2 drones being there in terms of what they can do to me. It's just that it's a lot of armor, and it's going to require us actually landing some shots, which isn't always the easiest thing in the world. Now, I do have a melee attack still against the sectoids, so thinking about this, maybe from a strategic standpoint, at least early on, or sorry, on the tactical layer, maybe skirmishers are just straight up better than Templars. I mean, the downside, of course, I have to stay where I am after the attack, right? So, yeah, a couple things to think about from that perspective. I wonder if Puddin' Pop could land a grenade from up here. It would be close. I would love to hit all three. I know Colix does have that extra throw range, but I really want his melee ability to finish up the sectoid. And again, I need to feed Colix a couple of kills here to get a promotion, so I'm just out of range on that. Little bit of a bummer there. Okay. So that's gonna be tough. I don't have to engage right now either if I don't want to, if I don't feel like the utmost confidence. So I'll circle around here and let's see what they end up doing. I'll tuck Colix rated here. Old man. Looks like this is safe. The downside being if they come down here, we could get revealed. So that's something to think about. Toaster, let's go here. And Oscuridad. God, I'm gonna really try my best to nail that.
Be right there.
Let's see what happens here.
I'm working.
Downside, if they do reveal on us, they could have that surprise shot back at us. I think with them heading this way, we're probably gonna be okay. All right. Now, does anybody have... I mean, I'm hitting 2 there. That's not terrible. I wonder if Puddin' Pop has 3, though. Oh, yeah. Puddin' Pop's... This is the way to go. Okay, so we're going to open this. Now, other things to consider. Where they're going to scramble to. So, like, how many Overwatches do I want to be laying down here? I can't really move you, which isn't great because you're in half. Toaster, I mean, it's unlikely that they scramble way over here. I think an Overwatch from you is probably okay. I could take the half cover right here with Oscuridad, and we'll Overwatch you. Colix, we're saving you to run at the sectoid, depending on where he goes. And then Old Man, I don't think I'm gonna Overwatch here. I feel like I'm gonna have to move you somewhere. So let's see what happens here. I mean, I guess our Overwatch shots could kill the sectoid too, so we'll see. Campaign has officially started with a bang. Not surprised. Ooh, 72 whiffer.
That's not exactly what we were going.
Now, the downside here is, if I run in here, what are the chances I find an enemy? Like, I would say it's not impossible. I'm gonna go with the doctor first, just to get info. Okay, that's better. Let's send them. Are we clear? We are clear. And we get the loot. Oh, hell yeah. I love this skirmisher look, too. Delirium Core, absolutely sick. Now, oh, interesting. Okay, so Slash is on a 6-turn cooldown. For some reason, I thought this would still be turn ending if you go 2 actions worth, but this might be some of the, like, rejigging of the faction classes that has allowed for that, which is obviously very cool. Nice shot, Colix. Okay, you're looking good. I like this very much. Doctor, can you finish it at 67? Okay, our guys are hitting shots right now. Minus that one Overwatch shot, but we don't talk about that.
You don't have to tell me.
Old man. Let's see what you got here, buddy. Come on. Ho ho! Oh my god. Annihilated. Oh, I hear dancing. An officer. And oh, that's a big group. Hello.
We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or strict mind control. These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
Well, that's gonna bring some boys to the yard. Now, here's a great example, right? Oh, I feel like if I go up here, the problem with this is, like, I really don't want to deal with shots in half cover, like, at all. But the nice thing about that is I feel like if I grapple, I'll have better chances of hitting the officer if he's up top with me. Because ultimately, I don't want to keep Colix here, right? The other option is to move, like, to this location and then pull. But then I'm kind of missing out on some extra actions, right? Because I could do the pull and then do the shot to kill him if I come up here. You know what? I think we can...
Tactical movement.
We've got 6 health. We can tank a shot if necessary. I don't want that to happen. Well, the other thing here, if I wanted to, I could just take 2 shots, but I would need to land 4 damage on one. I'm just going to take this, bring him over here. It'd be much easier to finish him off. Plus, it's demoralizing, right? I'm taking their troop leader here, and I'm just giving him the what for. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely sick, Colix. Okay, love it. Now, all of our rookies already are promoted. That's not really an issue, right? Troopers, I believe, have grenades, so I don't necessarily want to stack my guys close together.
What's over there?
So I'll try to have an eye for that. Old man's gonna go there. Doctor only has 4 health. I feel like Toaster, maybe I should have went there, but Toaster could go over here and just potentially draw fire. Or maybe I take this. Mind you, that'd be an okay spot for Doctor to pull back to. I don't want to go in here because of grenades. Yeah, let's maybe do that. And then as long as I'm, like, not in a 3-tile radius here, should be okay. So we'll put Toaster there. Oscuridad. It's pretty unlikely they're going to come up this far, that I'll even get a shot off if I'm this far back, but...
I'm going in.
Coin flip on that. Wonder if I should just take 2 coin flips here. 3 coin flips, maybe kill one. Let's go. Okay, the Grays. Yeah, the Grays saves. Damn. I got one more 50-50 here. Come on, Toaster. Oh, baby. Why didn't we do that one first?
Set up here.
Okay, let's see. I have a feeling we're going to move up and shoot at Colix up top there, which I don't love. Ooh. Okay, that's a coin flip that they failed. Grenadier overwatched. Yeah, I guess that's reasonable. I don't know if this is working accurately, but I'll have to check. League picture, 3% more tiles doesn't feel like anything. And I feel like this is normal range, right? So Well, regardless, we'll figure that out. How do I break that Overwatch is the question. If I dash, my chances of getting hit are much lower. And then that opens up some movement for me. Maybe since Old Man's kind of out of the picture here, I try to get him to bust it. I think I gotta come here. I just have to make sure that he doesn't get flanked. It's a full dash. We're running into full cover. This should be a very low percentage. Oh, come on, dude. The Grays. Come on. Don't love that. I do have flanks on the officer here. I have 2 of them potentially. 3, 4. Depending on how far people can get. But then, like, I have to deal with that trooper if I'm going to group these guys up.
I'm on my way.
Let's go. Toaster. Oh my god. Okay.
As expected.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's pretty impressive. So now maybe this is worth a grenade. Yikes, dog. Yikes. Okay, well, it's gonna have to be Collix's grenade now. I just really don't want to trigger another group. Okay.
It will shake them.
Okay. He's exposed. We're gonna have some 70s here. We should be able to do it. That's what I'm talking about, squad. Let's go. That is awesome.
Adelante.
If you say so.
I don't love that we have a couple of,
Scanning.
well, actually, not a couple. It's only Old Man that took a scratch.
Reloading.
Okay, let's take a second to
Rock and roll.
move and reload. I'm not actually gonna move on this left side. It just I feel like I need to chill. Move up when we're all ready here. There's no rush, right? There's no rush. Okay, so where's our 5 healthers? Toaster.
I'm going in.
Oscuridad.
Go.
Collix, of course. My goal is to not have him get injured, though. Or her get injured. Because having the faction soldier available in all the upcoming fights would be extremely helpful.
I agree with your
I love the voices, man. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so stoked to be back in here now. This is great.
Move.
Okay, we're clear there. We're not getting any, like, noise pings or anything.
I understand. Watch your back.
Watch order confirmed.
Moving to Overwatch.
Oh, here we go. Oh, nice shot. 5 damage, too. Holy smokes. I'm feeling extremely optimistic about our squad right now.
We all make mistakes.
You know, if I just wouldn't have said, like, anything, like, all these shots would be landing. You know it. You know it would. They all would. But here we are, not landing them.
A useful aid.
Let's go, Colix. It's all you, buddy. Actually, I can just do this. I don't need to waste the pull. The slash cooldown is pretty freaking long. But I guess, like, that's fair. If it's letting me do a full dash, then I can't really complain. Damn.
Deficient attack.
Okay. This is pretty much just going to be an Overwatch situation.
Yes.
I'm glad you agree.
I'm on my way.
Okay, I'll go.
Set up here.
Overwatch.
I'm curious if it's going to come towards us or just bail for the other crew. Oh, it's coming. Wow, nice shot. Anybody else? Beautiful.
The process begins again. Ready.
Now, here's the thing. Because time is on our side,
Good to go.
we can just wait for his cooldown to come on. And that way we can go in fully equipped. Unless the group wants to walk into me, I'm in absolutely no rush. Okay.
I'm ready.
Couple more here.
So what are we doing here? Idle hands, devil.
Now we move.
Understood.
We're not that far off of like a
Let's make this one
flawless
count.
mission.
What's over there?
But alas, will not be flawless.
Set up here.
Oh, hello! Oh, nice shot from downtown. Only 3 damage, but we'll take that. Had a good mix of enemies so far. We've seen drones, we saw the Grenadier unit, the sectoids, the basic troopers.
We need to focus our attack. Behind you!
Okay. They actually have some pretty decent spots. This is a nice flank there. Colix. Ooh, this is a little trickier, isn't it? I'd like to get up top. I have to really go ham here and make sure that they all die. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna expose who we can. You might even kill him if we roll high on the damage. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Now there's one back there that I cannot see anymore. If I come up here... Man, my grapples are just not great. If I came up there... and pulled him, like, the implications are obviously not ideal if things go poorly. I think I can make this work. I could go to there. This is the last group, so I'll take any advantage I can get. And actually, from here, I could just go and slash at 95 to finish him. Oh, this is actually 100, so that works out good. I just need to now grenade that guy in the back. He does have loot, unfortunately. So hold on a sec. Because I may want to do this instead. so I get that loot, right? Which means we want to use our grenades on the big boy. I don't know if these pillars can be busted, but we're about to find out. Oh my god, they're just getting big grenade damage, like, insane. Come to Papa. All the loot is belong to us. A stock. All right. I'm not gonna hate on it. Obviously.
We must make haste.
Okay, pretty successful opener, actually.
I'm going on the attack.
Actually, this is going to be an opportunity for me to show you guys something. We talked about making hacking more enjoyable. Now, on these basic things like doors, it's going to seem like insane. But we have these things called system infiltration that allows you to reduce the target's resistance to hacking attempts. So, for example, if I look at this and I see it's 80% and 22%, right? Let's just actually look at it. I won't do the hack. Just kind of explain how this works. So this jail cell door has a tech score of 10, right? I'm going to effectively reduce that to 0. So I think these will both go to 100%, which for stuff like this, yeah, that's cool, and it could be situationally very nice. But on enemies, you can spend a bit of time reducing their tech defense and then execute a successful hack, which you can almost never do unless you get, like, you know, vanilla game, you would wait till you get like a kernel support with crazy hacking skills and stuff. So I think it'll be fun to pull that off. Anyways, I'll show you how this works. We'll cancel that out. And we'll go to System Infiltration. Takes an action to do this. Right? Hack defense decreased. Pretty sick. Good job, Toaster. And then boom, boom, 100% now. So nice for securing some extra bonuses like this on weak things like doors. I guess maybe tech score of 1 is the lowest it can go to. But again, bigger enemies, I think that's where it's really going to shine, and if we can set that up, great. And now, of course, we're standing right next to this as well, but if I get Gremlin users, or I don't know if Bit users, which is a new Amalgamation spec, can use it, but you can do this from range as well. And you saw that it's based on having charges and stuff, so anyways, it'll be exciting. I'm pretty sure this is the original Toaster, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is Toaster from the Toaster All-Star.
Everything by the numbers.
Sick.
Mission accomplished.
What a great start. Honestly, that is awesome. That is very, very exciting. Okay. Let's view the mission debriefing. This is something I'd like to do every single time, and I generally do check the mission debriefing. But I'd also like to award a photo to the MVP. Now, if they already have one, do I make a new photo every time they're the MVP? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that, and I'll take it into account. So, the Doctor, 5 kills, 19 damage, very insane. Toaster, 2 kills, 17 damage, also pretty gnarly. Gia de la Oscuridad, no kills, no accuracy. Colics, yeah, that makes sense. Got the Wang Tang destruction there. 4 kills, 27 damage, shot accuracy, could have been slightly better. Puddin' Pop over here, no kills, 7 damage. And Old Man Smith, 2 kills, 11 damage. Very accurate, my dude. Happy to have you. So, let's look at you and create a photo. What is this? Fast toggle? Oh, that's neat. Oh, that is actually very cool. That's new. Okay, love that. Love that. Let's just randomize and find something sick here. Ooh. I'm not saying that smoking is cool. Okay. However, this is pretty cool looking. It's pretty cool. That's your MVP photo. Colics, congratulations. Should we take a mission photo? I feel like mission photos, maybe we only do these on flawless missions. So flawless gets a mission photo, MVP gets a personalized photo. And the question is, if it's a repeat MVP, what do I do? Just keep that photo, you know? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm open to your input there, guys. First mission in the books, relatively successful. I had a pretty good chance at going flawless there, but we got grazed. What are you gonna do? Grazes happen.
20 years of peace and prosperity.
Most damage, Colics, most attacks, Doctor. Successful shot percentage. Come on, old man. Most under fire, old man. Moved furthest, Oscuridad. 80%? Yeah, man. We were landing. We were landing shots, like, big time. All right. So we can't do their promotions just yet, but we can do Colix's from here.
You know them as they were.
I love this look.
Soldiers of Advent. Now they are free to choose. If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end.
Yeah, stoked about it. All right. So they start with Marauder, obviously, Justice, Grapple, and Reckoning. We know all of this. Now, Preservation. When your concealment is broken, gain plus 15 defense for 2 turns, passive. Interesting. I wonder why I would pick that over anything else right now. Oh, Blade Master. All Ripjack attacks deal plus 1 extra damage and have plus 10 aim. Seems like a no-brainer. Combat Fitness, though, also very nice here. Would take you up to, you're at 7 health, so it would take you up to 9 health. You'd get 13 mobility. The will, the dodge, the aim, it's minor, but it does take up to 75 aim. That's pretty sick. But Ripjack attacks, so this would impact Justice pulls and just our regular Ripjack attack. Pretty solid. And then Last Stand. If the Skirmisher is unimpaired and takes enough damage to begin bleeding out, they are instead reduced to 1 HP or given a turn immediately after the current turn. That is awesome. We saw that trigger on somebody last season. I can't remember who. These are actually all very good skills. I'm not sure what I should take. I feel like I could double back and maybe get this one later, but this could be a situation too where maybe I pick this one up now so that if my Skirmisher does die, as has been the case of my last few Skirmishers, let's be honest, that she would be safe. So maybe a little bit too defensive here, but I am going to take that. But Blade Master, Combat Fitness, both very, very nice grabs there. Only light wounds on Old Man, 6 days. That's fine. We got the Illyrium Core, the stock. We've got Sectoid Corpses, Drone Rex, Officer, Trooper Corpses. We got Charlie Noodles here looking like the second coming of Elvis. Victor and Amy, potential bond. So Noodles is an engineer, and Benjamin Sterling is going to be our scientist. League pitcher, enabling to throw grenades further, but we'll have to take a look at that. Covert Infiltration, we know how it works. No other traits acquired. Exposed power coils on 3rd row is actually very nice compared to they could have been on 4th row. This is open. 64 supplies there, 80 there, but that's going to take a long time. So here's the thing, okay? There's a couple of things we need to talk about. I'm going to do my facility stuff first. Actually, should I visit engineering? Let's do that.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
The music in this scene is literal perfection. It's so cool when you know like the backstory of her dad and everything. It's like, yeah, it's super, super sick. Okay, facilities wise, a couple things to talk about. Number one, probably gonna take the training center. Resistance ring I don't really need just yet. Training center helps me spend those extra AP that we get and helps with extra bonds. I think this is a good first pick. Now here's the thing. There was a lot of chatter on Discord, and I got to give a big shout out to a community member named Novaseer, who's been around a long time, plays a lot of XCOM, and is very good at it as well. Novaseer wrote basically an essay on Discord about why they always rush labs, and I'm like, labs? Like, this is crazy talk, dude. Like, how can you be rushing labs? Anyways, what it really has helped with is ensuring that your research rush is just like on point in the early part of the campaign, which is where you kind of hit this wall sometimes where before mag weapons hits and it just feels like you can't kill any enemies, and having an early lab makes sure that you can do that. The downside is that, well, it's a lab and it's an early slot that's taken, and it takes a long time to clear building slots. It takes a long time to build things. Like, it is pretty pricey. Okay, sorry about that. I had to double check because I'm looking at these build times. I was like, these are so low, but it's because I'm at the Skirmisher HQ right now, and the game is assuming that I'm there scanning, but these are not the actual, so these are basically going to be doubled. Anyways, the whole point of my discussion was that the labs really help with getting to the mag weapon sooner, which seems logical, but just building labs always felt bad. So the mod team came up with, and they actually wanted this in the last campaign, but I was like, no, we're not gonna mess around with it too much. But they've created something called a Combi Lab. Here it's called Resin Dev, and it's an area that is dedicated to production and study of new components, but you can staff engineers there, and you can staff scientists here. The scientist staff there help with breakthroughs. You get the benefits of a lab, you get the benefits of a workshop. There's like small projects that you can do here that would normally require a proving ground. None of the crazy ones, but just small ones. It's a very good facility. And the benefit is you get gremlins out of that too, so it's very cool. I will be trying to rush this and try to get ahead of our research early. I think this is a nice one. Plus, it's 42 days to build. Double this, right? Everything else is about half of that. And then it's, look at the supplies. The training center costs 175. This is like way, way higher. It costs 5 power versus the others that require 3. So anyways, all this to say, I'm gonna start with the training center right here. And then I'm going to go here and we're going to excavate. Now, if I can keep my, if I don't have a very interesting point of interest to scan, I can just scan at the Skirmisher base and get a very, very nice head start here. In order to build here, though, I'm going to need a lot of money, so that might take a second, but either way. Another thing that we've adjusted is our crew size. So we are starting with the same crew size, I believe it's 30.
To the armory.
But when you upgrade them, it's bigger upgrades now. So 15 and then 25. I just feel like a larger roster size is like more fun. And yes, I wanted to limit the base crew size so that there's still potential for going over on crew size and having to deal with that penalty like we did last season. But as you get going in the game, like whatever, like we just want to be able to increase our crew size to a larger amount. Okay, research-wise, let's go.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something. while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
Happy to see you, brother. Okay, first little bit of research. We're definitely going modular weapons. You'll notice now in all the menus, you've got filters that you can mess with. And they are context specific. So when you're looking through your roster, when you're looking through research projects, it's all gonna be helpful to filter things down and make things easier to find if your list is unwieldy. Anyways, we're gonna start with that. Now,
to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna look at our armory here. We're gonna look at the soldiers. We're gonna do our promotions, but I also wanna see who else is in here, and then we're gonna get into deploying some of them. Oh, look, we got a little side point there. Okay, do I see any repeats?
For wanting to keep an eye on
I don't, other than the ones we've already identified, so that's exciting. Oh, Duchess is here, so she was with us last time as well. That's kind of cool. Okay, so Samuel Teach Bozeman, Agata, White Wolf Martinez, Lady Mismatch Luck, Blanca Duchess Mizaros, Ryan Charm Smith, Craig Kuala Nelson, Yemi Momo Adebayo, Elijah Ironclad Garrett, Rommel Rogue Salamantis, Esmeralda Camazots Reyes, and Benjamin Chevalier. That's quite the look, Benjamin. I love it, actually. Okay, let's get into promotions. Now, this is going to be a little intense, okay? As I said, we added quite a few amalgamation specs, and the variety is, like, very intense. So, we're going to see a couple things in here that we are not used to seeing. Now, I've given, like, a preliminary look over all of the different amalgamation specs and classes. But, again, like, I don't know what all their perks are. I know the very basics of them, and it's exciting because we're gonna learn about it as we go, and so there's gonna be some experimentation here. I do want to call out Fear the Bunnies, who created this insanely helpful mod, where when we're promoting, we can see a breakdown of everything that we already have. It breaks down the primary weapons, the secondary weapons, the primary spec, the secondary spec, and the tertiary spec. So that's like in order here: Shadow, Recon Officer, Agent, right? And once we get to know what each of these things does, then we can start to make some very interesting choices. Now, this being said, how do we want to build you? So Shadow with the Vector Rifle. Right now, I'm mainly looking at the primary weapon, because I want to make sure we have damage. And there is something interesting here that I haven't been able to play with, called the Tesla rifle. Now, this is a full-on new rifle and a full-on new class spec. So I think we'll just take this. Tesla Trooper, Bit Pilot, and Smoker. Why not? This is you. So, attacks from Tesla weapons can chain from the primary target to damage nearby units, be they hostile, friendly, or civilian. So like terror missions, I feel like he could be pretty risky, and I believe that as the weapon tech increases, the range at which the arcs hit is actually increased as well. Now, this might look like a big-ass mag weapon. It's not. It's standard stats, but it can arc. So pretty cool stuff. Now, the Bit Pilot. This has an increase to hacking, which is pretty sweet. So he's got 40. He's actually Savant Intelligence here on the Doctor. That makes a lot of sense. If equipped with a Gremlin or a Bit, in this case it would be a Bit, the unit gains the additional abilities. So hacking security towers and objectives. Aid Protocol grants bonus defense to an ally, and Entrench Protocol, extend duration of Aid Protocol used on self while not moving. It's kind of neat. And then Smoker. You have a free smoke grenade for use on every mission. Launching or throwing a smoke grenade does not end your turn. Hell yeah, that is very cool. Okay, I think that's fun. Let's take a look at your loadout here. So you've got the spark bit, and with the spark bit, you also get a rocket launcher, which is pretty nice. You get some extra damage there. Can't complain about that. Very cool. Here's the prototype Tesla rifle. So 3 to 4 damage, plus 2 crit damage, and the clip size only 2. So that's a little bit of a downside there. But I think that's a pretty neat little unit, and we'll see how this goes. High hopes for the Doctor here, actually, based on the combat intelligence and this loadout. Could be pretty fun. Okay, next, Toaster. What do we want to do for you? We've got Marauder, Infantry, Scavenger, Survivalist. So this is a short-range sniper, able to survive against all odds. Sure. The Scavenger looks really neat. So these soldiers of fortune are said to pick clean the bones of the old world and also the bodies of their enemies. Scavengers are capable of requisitioning additional loot from enemies and serve as utility and support from soldiers. So their first opening skill, I believe, marks a unit. And then if you kill that unit, you get additional loot from them. It's nothing like normal loot drops. It's toned down, but it's kind of a cool little way of getting more out of the tactical layer, in my opinion. Marauder's nice because you can shoot twice, but then it's bullpup. And I'm not saying bullpups are bad, because they're not. Also, paired with a pistol or combat knife could be pretty nice, actually. Pretty mobile. That could be an interesting build. We also have the infantry here, so that's not bad with the assault rifle. We could go with the gremlin or the shield. We've seen what the knight could do from last season. That was pretty sick, actually. Survivalist, short-range sniper. Able to survive against all odds. Speaking of, the producers, the mod team, they made a whole spec for me called Oddsman. This was a surprise, and I'm seeing it in here, and this is pretty exciting. So if we roll that, I'm going for it. And I need to learn all about it, because I don't know anything about it. Like, they didn't tell me anything. They just said that there's a primary spec in there you're not allowed to look at. And here we are looking at it, so. Then we have the Rook. Suppress the enemy with their rifle by utilizing special tricks. Pistol and an empty thing from the tech medic. I wouldn't mind a hollow targeter from the officer either. But the tech medic, that's telling me that's probably like mechanical repairs. So when we get mech troopers and stuff, maybe. Short range sniper, able to survive against all odds. Let's try it. She kind of looks sniper adjacent. So this is a new ability here called This One's Mine. You mark a target, gives you plus 50 crit chance and 50 defense against that target for 3 turns. The ability doesn't cost an action. It's a 2-turn cooldown. Okay. Only you get the bonuses. So this specific soldier gets the bonus. Okay, so 2-turn cooldown. It is a free action because you're using the sniper rifle, right? So I bet you they will not get squad sight, right? Because they said it's a short-range sniper variant. And then we've got a grenade launcher, which I might just keep here, or rapid targeting. This, we also get like a, we get that free one every 3 turns, plus the normal hollow targeting. So combined with this is actually pretty sick. Like if I go into this right away and I go hollow target, big enemy comes up, I hit with the rapid targeting, hit him with This One's Mine, boom. We're hitting that thing probably. High crit chance. If it doesn't go well, I've got a big like defense buff against it. That's pretty sick. Like for a one-on-one build, this is pretty neat. That being said, grenade launchers are grenade launchers, and that's pretty powerful. Okay, let's look at the next one here. So, Oscuridad. What do we got? Marauder here. Corpseman, Executioner. Dreadnought. Fights using his heavy armor, wielding an array of heavy weapons. I like that this is a cannon build. Cannons have innate shredding now, which is super, super helpful. We could go with a rocket launcher from Rocketeer or a sawed-off from Executioner. Another Marauder here with Blade Master and Knight. Gunner here, so... Oh, this is interesting. Ooh. Damn. Okay. Gunner with Gunslinger and Sentinel. The nice thing right off the bat about Sentinel is your Overwatch, you shoot twice. And having the cannon being able to do that, super, super handy there, I think. And then Infantry, Brigand, Knight. I'm going to go Cannon, or sorry, Gunner, Gunslinger, Sentinel. Yeah. This feels pretty nice. And like, I haven't even gotten to the late game Sentinel trees, but Sentinel as a spec is very, very strong. Okay. So, what do we have so far? Well, let's take a look in here at Puddin' Pop. So we can see right now I've got one cannon, a sniper rifle, a Tesla rifle, and a vector rifle. So some good representation there. And then it breaks down all the different specs. Like, this is so cool. Oh, there's the oddsman. Okay, I kind of have to, I just have to take it, guys. I have to. Love the logo too. That is so sick. The oddsman makes their own luck on the battlefield and the odds are always in their favor. Yeah, odd luck. I get it. I get it. Plunderer and Companion. So this is another new spec as well that actually buffs soldiers around you, but I think maybe even specifically just bonded soldiers. So we'll have to take a look at that. But Plunderer is like another version of the Scavenger one, I believe it was called. So yeah, we'll try this out. Trained Sniper. So right off the, okay, these guys know me too well. This is so sick. Grants the squad sight and long watch abilities right away, but only when the sniper rifle is equipped as a soldier's primary weapon. So, pretty nice. They can use other stuff, but that's super huge. Long watch and squad sight to start, insane. What's your aim? 74, dude.
The aliens aren't happy about losing
Hell
one
yeah.
of their own.
Okay, you've got the slash, so yeah, you're gonna want to be at range, but when you're in close, you can still do some damage. And then Companion. So this reduces my HP by 1, but raises the squad's HP by the same amount. Whoa. We saw this, I believe it was for mobility in Season 8. Somebody had something that like reduced their mobility and buffed everyone else's. That is neat. Plus, as a sniper class, that's actually a great combo. Okay. Okay, I like this very much. I'm very excited to see where this goes. Okay, you're gonna be awesome. You're my favorite already, obviously. Okay, John Oldman Smith, what do we have for you, buddy? Just oddsmen everywhere. That's so funny. Okay. Also, some of these specs are more rare and less rare than others. I don't know where oddsman falls in that tree. Obviously, we saw 3 of them in the last 2 soldiers, but we didn't see any in the first 3. So, like, who knows? Let's take a look. Part of me does want to make him a sniper class because that's what he was in Season 8. It would be a little bit easier for me to remember. So I might just go 2 oddsmen here. But that means I don't have an assault class, which is not super ideal. It would be nice to have a shotgun. It's a bit reliable. You've got the medic that does give you the hollow targeter. But here we've got Aegis Defender with the shield, or the Ripper with the wrist blade. The Ripper, I believe, is pulling some ideas from skirmisher stuff, so that could be kind of cool too. But then you could just go like SWAT soldier, assault rifle combo. I kind of want to go Ripper here, guys. I'm doing it. So we got 2 snipers. Yeah, Justice right off the rip, no pun intended. Very, very nice. And Aegis Defender, gain immunity to knockbacks and bonus aim and crit when equipped with a shield. Okay. We saw how strong this made Sunset, I believe her name was, in the last campaign, having that shield stability. And I feel like if I equip a shield here, it's a bit weird, but also just the aim buff could be sick. So he's currently got the Ripjacks on. Ballistic shield. Weapon cannot be used with shields. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. I mean, if I have to run the Ripjack, I 100% will. There's going to be some weird cases here because there's so many different possibilities, but either way. All right. This is our opening promoted squad. Very, very cool. Now, I do want to get into their backstories and everything. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some stuff going out on the Geoscape. Now, you guys remember this? This is back from last season, the screening and being able to get information on our enemies that we kill. It's always kind of fun. So the drone, we know all of that stuff now. The officer we know, the trooper with suppression, the grenadier with the grenade, and then of course our sectoid friends with all the things. Okay. So let's take a look at what's out here.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Okay, now, proactive deployment, we know about this. Oh, rookies right off the bat, damn. Weak points, modular construction, uncover the black market. Okay. So the first faction we're going to get access to is the Templars here. Obviously, I'm a pretty big fan of that. Black market we're going to want to do. Those are both pretty long. Experimental items with the ambush, yeah, maybe not, although... Yeah, I don't know. Probably not right now. Soldier bond, probably not right now. And I could negate this. All intel rewards increased by 10%. I don't necessarily love this as a reward, but I just like the promotion aspect, right? So, yeah. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna send out a couple here. A couple of rookies. And the rookies that I send, we will then read their backstories. So looking at these, I'm just kind of looking at some aim stuff here. Esmeralda looks very good, 70 and 5, that's super solid. So I'll send you first. And who else could I cherry pick here? 66 and 5, 65 and 5, 65 and 5. I think we'll go Duchess then at 69, nice. And I think that's all well and good. There's another thing here, the hacker's laptop. So this increases your hacking by 25. It takes a slot, so you can't carry like a frag grenade or something like that. But another way that we're impacting hacking, and I think that'll be pretty fun. Also makes so the Advent security towers cannot see this unit when it's concealed. So pretty cool. But again, you're like giving up that slot, right? Doesn't do anything for infiltrating, so it's not really that big of a deal right now. But either way, we'll send these two. So Reyes and Mazaros, you are our first to go. Don't get wounded, although pretty likely that you will. Okay, now let's go and read their backstories. And we'll do this as I send people out. Okay, Mazaros. Blanka was born in a quiet Hungarian town just a few years before the alien invasion and the tragic fall of Xcom. After the surrender, Advent began promoting propaganda to encourage people to move to the newly constructed cities. Despite the pressure, Blanka's family, like many others, chose to stay behind. Her father, a history teacher, secretly educated her about the real history of the old world, including what little he knew about Xcom and their fight against the alien invaders. His clandestine teachings and connections with underground resistance groups made him a target for Advent. In 2020, Advent intensified their efforts to eliminate potential threats, focusing on families with a history of resistance. Blanka's father, due to his secret activities, became a prime target. When Advent troops stormed their town, her parents, fearing for her safety, told Blanka to hide and flee while they faced the soldiers. That emotional farewell marked the last time Blanka saw her parents. She was only 12 years old. A group of smugglers found her in the nearby forest and decided to take her in. Blanca grew up in the criminal underworld of the Advent occupation. Although the smugglers occasionally traded with Resistance havens, they were far from heroes, double-crossing or stealing from the Resistance if the opportunity arose. When Blanca reached the age of 17, the smugglers' fortunate streak came to an abrupt end. Only Blanca and 2 others survived an Advent ambush. She eventually encountered a group of mercenaries known as the Black Wolves. They were skilled fighters, and Blanca proved herself worthy of joining them. She quickly rose through the ranks, and when the group's leader died several years later, she confidently assumed the leadership role. Under Blanca's command, the Black Wolves shifted their focus. They now accepted contracts against humans only if they were defending civilians. This change resulted in less income, and Blanca barely managed to maintain her position during an internal rebellion against her leadership. She earned the nickname Duchess after that conflict. Soon, not only did she have a bounty on her head from Advent, but also from some of the underworld syndicates in Europe. One day, while celebrating successful defense of a Resistance haven, some locals mentioned a rumor that Xcom had returned. Blanca was initially skeptical, dismissing it as another false hope, but the rumors persisted, and eventually, she intercepted a faint radio transmission that seemed to confirm Xcom's resurgence. Reflecting on her father's lessons about Xcom from years past, Blanca made the difficult decision to leave the Black Wolves and set on a journey to locate the reborn Xcom organization. Very cool. Happy to have you again, and hopefully our fate is better for it this time. Esmeralda Reyes. Let's check this out. I love this look. Yeah, this is cool. Good tats, nice choices, very strong, would not mess with you. May 15th, 2006, from Merida, Yucatan, Mexico. I'm gonna say this is like Camazotz. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, so hit me up if I'm not. Most refer to her as either La Bruja for her unsettling green eyes, or her preferred nickname of Camazotz, taken from an underworld bat god the old Mayans used to worship. Most in her community, however, know her as Esmeralda Reyes, one of Meridia Libre's foremost adrenaline junkies. Born before the invasion to an oil foreman, the alien's technology forced her padre out of work. By the time she was a teenager, the options her family had were either to move further inland to one of the new Advent city centers, or scrape out a living in the remains of the old world. Esmeralda and her father chose the life of the outskirts and eventually a life of crime. As the town of Meridia decayed around them, Esmeralda and her father took to working with Los Conquistadors, one of the newly formed post-invasion gangs running food and fuel for some of the few surviving neighborhoods. Food and fuel eventually started getting replaced with guns and other contraband that Advent were even less forgiving about them smuggling. During a regular gun run to Tenabo, their luck runs short as Advent ambushed their colony. Esmeralda lost her father in the ensuing firefight, but managed to get away with the majority of the convoy. After that, her mood towards Advent changed drastically. No longer was she keen to just slip by with the goods. Now she actively started looking for fights. Esmeralda would spend the next 6 years catapulting up the ranks of the gang she and her father had been mere errand boys for. She practically was second in command in Los Conquistadors, though she preferred to stick to working the basic gun running and the odd night hunt when Advent decided it was time to liberate Meridia Libre. It was during one of those hunts, however, when her luck again ran short. This time, Advent brought the big guns out, sending a large mech vanguard ahead of the main force, and the hunting party that she was with was slaughtered to nearly a man. She and other civilians would escape the taking of Meridia Libre by Advent, escaping into the Yucatan jungle, running just like her nickname's sake, a bat out of hell. Oh, cool. They would eventually take shelter in the ruins of Chicxulub Puerto, holding out there and hiding from or killing alien patrols. All the while, the anger kept boiling back to the surface in Esmeralda. It would be another year before Esmeralda got an opportunity to act on it when a certain flying base happened to land nearby to refuel, brandishing colors she was more than happy to see. That is awesome. Happy to have you. Great backstory too. Love it. And best of luck. Okay. Let's send a few more people out on some jobs. Let's go black market here. And let's see. I'll send the rookies that have 5 health. I guess I could argue that they could come on a mission as well and just be a little bit safer. But this is fine. Okay, so Teach and Momo, enjoy your trip together to find the black market. Toodles. Let's read their backstories now. Teach Bozeman. You are a badass looking dude right there. I love the backpack. You got a hat that says SWAT on it. That's so cool. Okay. Samuel Bozeman, known as Teach by his comrades, is a former high school history teacher. He enjoyed teaching his students before the invasion and was interested in military history. After Earth lost the war, he joined a resistance cell in his state of Texas to fight back against the occupiers. Using his knowledge of military tactics, he was able to educate the fighters in his cell on how best to combat the Advent Coalition in asymmetric warfare tactics, using his knowledge of military tactics from back when he taught in school. Bradford heard about the success they were having against Advent and recruited Teach into Xcom in order to make use of his knowledge and help train the new rookies in combat tactics. He keeps a copy of The Art of War in his person to help remember the past and to hope for the future. We could use that. We could use that knowledge around here, Teach. Welcome to the squad, buddy. Yemi Momo Adebayo. I love this look. This is so cool. The dreads are sick. The green, white, black is really, really nice. Okay. From Nigeria, July 14th, 2016. Yemi Adebayo, known by his call sign Momo, was born in Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2016. From a young age, he was raised in a family of military veterans, which imbued him with a strong sense of duty and determination to fight for a better tomorrow. His early life was marked by the great era of the Advent administration's power. His parents, both former soldiers, were vocal about the oppression of the alien regime. They participated in underground resistance activities, instilled Yemi with a deep hatred for aliens and anyone who agreed with them. When he was just 14, Yemi witnessed his parents' arrest and execution by Advent forces, a traumatic event that would spark a fire within Yemi to join the fight against the aliens. By 18, Yemi's ghost-like tactics caught the attention of Xcom. He was recruited into the ranks where he quickly proved his worth with his exceptional skills in stealth, reconnaissance, and hand-to-hand combat. We'll see. Yemi still struggles with the haunting memories of his parents and the countless deaths he's seen by the alien forces. He channels all his pain and anger into his missions, using them as fuel to push himself beyond his limits. His comrades in Xcom see him as a talented kid, but only a few people know about the battles he fights within. He got his nickname from a Nepali dish that his mom used to make called Momo. I'd love to know what that is. Like, what is that dish comprised of? Very cool. Happy to have you. Good luck out there, pal. You're definitely gonna need it. Just kidding, we don't make any mistakes. Everything will be fine. Okay, what else do we want to do here? Ambush, I think we should probably wait on. I could put some intel forward to negate that here, but I just feel like with the intel concerns and lack of expansion from last campaign, I have to tackle things a little bit differently. And so I'm going to be a bit patient here, okay? I could go for more rookies, but I think what I'll do is first stay here while we at least clear debris. Getting the training center up early while I don't have any AP doesn't really help, but clearing that debris is nice, and maybe I even clear the other debris just to get our income going. So we'll see. We'll see how far we get here. Okay, we didn't get that far. Rescue a scientist. So we know how chains work. Now, we can send 2 more rookies here. If we wanted, we could put some supplies forward, but we don't have any of those. So we're not doing it. Okay. Next up, it's going to be Rogue, and we're going to throw in, who's got the best aim out of the group? Elijah. All right. Rogue and Ironclad. Get out there. Advance that chain for another scientist. That would be excellent. Okay. Let's read about those 2 now. So, Elijah, Ironclad, Garrett. That's a cool vibe there. Look, he's got a replacement arm. Ooh, very, very brief bio. Not a man of many words. Elijah Garrett, once a civilian engineer, lost his arm and family during an alien raid. Driven by a burning desire for revenge and a deep sense of duty, he joined Xcom. His determination to protect others from the horrors he faced and his engineering background make him a promising addition to the resistance. Hey man, well said. Sometimes you don't need a lot of words to say things, you know? That's what I always say. Rommel Rogue Salamantis. Okay, I love the shirt. I don't think I've seen anybody wear this. That is very, very cool. Okay, from the Philippines, January 26, 2005. My name is Rommel Salamatis. I was born in the Davao City, where my family and I lived for many years. We had a shop called Maganda Ara, which means beautiful day, where we sold foods like adobo, spaghetti, or pedasal, and many more. We were happy like any family would be. My sister Romero Salamatis loved music, loved music more than the world itself. I always smiled when she played her guitar in front of my ears. It made me forget how cruel the world was. I look up to the skies, wondering about life. Is there really life? Many look up to the heroes, Xcom, or the famous man in the Philippines, Kento Jai, a former Xcom, the leader of Sacrificials, the hero of the Philippines. Oh, cool. But I wasn't one of them. Fighting wasn't what I wanted. Fighting is like two boys fighting for food. Whoever takes it, win it all. I didn't want war, but peace. But it all came along day by day. When someone rose up to the top, they all fell slowly. My family was killed by aliens, but by those bastards from the cultist, and my sister was tortured to death. I was the only one who escaped. But it wasn't the end of the madness. Someone launched a bomb in every city and destroyed the population. Somehow I survived. Somehow I lived. It's like a sign. I walked like a dead man, trying to survive after the devastation in the Philippines. Everybody was burned into ashes, and I saw Kento lying in the streets dead. It was like a wasteland. No trees, no people. Buildings turned into rubble. I was all alone in the city. I had to leave my home to escape from all of it. I hope I'm not the only one left. If there's anyone still alive from that madness, please stay safe. Mabuhay ang Filipinas, which means may the Philippines live once more. Very, very cool. Awesome. Good write-up. Happy to have you. We got a cool squad here right now. Digging it. Big time. Big time. Okay. Let's keep building. Modular weapons gonna hit here.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing
We can use that. Well, I think we picked up a stock, right? Ooh! Improved conventional weapons right off the bat. Hell yeah. I have to take that, don't I?
I will begin
Yeah.
our research immediately.
This is these breakthroughs, man. Like, I feel like that is a pretty nice one. But they can be a bit distracting, that's for sure. Okay, so we got supplies from that. Super cool. Now, I could go here to speed this up, but like I said, since I'm going to stay in this area, I think I'll just work on clearing this with noodles. We need a lot of money for that big combination lab workshop anyways, so... John Smith is back now. New alien debris in 24 hours. Incredible. We're freaking flying. This is why I love the skirmishers so much. This is like significant improvement here. Now, I think I'll go here. This is going to take 30 days, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But the reason being, if I build here, having gremlins that can work in either side and any like adjacent spot will be helpful. All right. Oh, we're not skipping it this time. This is going to be a supply raid mission. Enemy material. Okay, so what's going on here? Ooh, advantageous terrain, very sick. A recent chemical spill resulted in all enemy units having been given sealed armor. Low visibility. And the Lost, holy smokes. Okay. Adverse conditions in this combat zone will significantly reduce the sight radius of Xcom soldiers and enemies alike. Enemies will regain sight in combat, but will graze all shots against Xcom. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Okay, that's very fascinating. Lost are here, so reduced advent. Limited forces. Advent is unable to deploy at maximum strength. Extended timer. But, being that it's a supply raid mission, well, we don't want to spend a ton of time there anyways. But if Lost are there, it's actually not too bad. It could be kind of interesting. Now, here's the interesting thing for us. being that it's this specific mission type, I feel like I could take a couple of rookies out here, get the experience, and get out. And just a couple of nice little promotions. Now, I don't want to have just rookies, so I think I will send Colix out here for a little bit of protection. And if I take the stock, that's potentially 2 guaranteed damage right off the bat, just like that. Do we also have... Yeah, we've got the Scavenged Field Armor here if we want it. So +2 health on somebody. I feel like we should look at that. And don't worry, I'm going to read everybody's bios here still, so don't worry, I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to forget. Tesla Trooper with the Arcing with Lost could be kind of interesting. Yeah, could be kind of cool. Survivalist. Try out that marking thing with the holo targeter. Kind of cool. Now, does bringing a pure, like, sniper really help here? I'm not sure. What I do like is this life shift that Puddin' Pop is providing. He also has better mobility, better aim, slightly less health, which I guess is going to drop even more because of life shift. But Justice on Old Man Smith is pretty sweet, just to, like, pull things out of position, if necessary. Or I just go here and get our gunner out there with the Overwatches. I feel like strategically that makes the most sense. That makes the most sense. Yeah. This, in the secondary weapon slots, we have something called Travel Light. So if you're infiltrating, you can get -4 in the infiltration hours. But you also get +1 mobility on the mission. So that could be decent, potentially, for like an ambush mission or something. I don't know. I'm not sure when I would use that precisely. But this is, I think, the squad that I'm going to roll with here. Who should I tank up? The Survivalist, if I look at these skills again, +50 crit, +50 defense against it for 3 turns. It's not like taunting that unit or anything. So it may not work exactly the way that we want. Maybe you will give that armor to. I know it kind of messes with your look for now, but I think that's okay. Okay, so we have to read Charm and Koala, but now that we're going to have a mission here, we're just going to basically go through everybody's backstories. And then remember at the end, you're going to see all the Sky Ranger designs. So buckle up, buttercups. Okay, we're going to start from the top here with Penton. Amy Colix Penton. After Xcom thwarted the first alien invasion, her brother, Support Major Will Penton, yeah, that's the name that you probably recall if you've followed all of these Xcom seasons, Will Colix Penton, was held in high regard by the commander, along with the rest of the Xcom soldiers. Being his sister gave her unique opportunities and granted her a specialized role within the UK government. The second alien invasion came quickly and without warning. Being quicker and deadlier than the first, her brother and husband were caught unawares and were killed immediately. Being part of the government, she was gathered up by the aliens and imprisoned. There, she was tortured for resisting them and experimented on. This left her changed both mentally and physically. She was able to escape and she joined up with the skirmishers in order to inadvertently help Xcom and hurt the aliens who had taken her only family away from her. Amy decided to use her brother's old call sign, Colix, as an homage to her 2 late brothers. That's awesome. That's very, very cool. I love it. I love the tie-in to the older soldiers too. Very cool. Agatha Martinez. White Wolf. Love the white hair. You know, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it. From Brazil, May 12th, 2014. I was only an infant when they arrived. My family was forced away on the move to escape the aliens, but it didn't last. My parents were killed, but I was not that lucky. I grew up being used as a lab rat for them to understand human behavior and how we reacted to psionics. I was saved by the original Xcom, or at least one member of it, a small group that I started calling family. We helped many people along our way, but I got cocky. After one of our missions, I, without knowing, brought Advent to our base. I was told to hide, and I did. After the battle, there were quite a few standing. Our leader was dead, and my best friend was captured. It had been hard, so when I heard that Xcom was actually back, I came here as fast as I could. I need to fix my mistakes, Commander. I'd prefer to fight Advent head-on, but I trust your decision. I'll avenge my fallen friends and protect the ones that still stand. They still see me, and it will be the last thing they see. I'm tired of hiding. Oh, I love that. A lot of, like, revenge tales here right now. Very exciting. Benjamin Chevalier. Another very brief one. There are concerns among the resistance regarding speculation that several recent recruits may have actually been escapees from a high-security prison facility. Yeah, I mean, not judging, but you do kind of give off the vibe. This is in France. Benjamin's on their list of possible detainees, but at this point, we're not in a position to turn away skilled fighters regardless of where they've been. France, 2001. Welcome to the squad, buddy. Don't mess with things, okay? Craig Kuala Nelson. Now that is a look. From the United States. August 10th, 1987. Craig and his best friend, Justin Garth, were inseparable from when they were 13 years old. Justin wanted to enlist in Xcom, but Craig felt he shouldn't, being a single father to 4-year-old Vanessa and 2-year-old Zoe. After a lot of convincing from Justin, he decided it was the right move. Protecting his children was the most important thing. For that reason, he shared his goodbyes with them and let their grandparents take care of them. Every mission Craig and Justin did, it was fast and loud as they could possibly go, counting kills and bragging about it after the missions to the other crewmates. On a very messy mission, Justin lost his life through miscommunication between them. It wrecked Craig, bringing with him the PTSD, anxiety, and depression along with it. The pain he felt caused him to change the way he looked and carried himself on missions, covering his face in hopes of bringing fear to the Advent forces. In every battle, he still counts his kills. He'll etch them on his weapon, but he'll never brag about them again. He learned so much from his friend Justin, he'll always think about what he would do. That's cool, man. I love that. It'd be sweet if there was a way, like, I don't know what you're going to do with your future armor looks, but if there was a way to kind of have, like, etchings. I know you talked about your weapon, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but very cool backstory. Happy to have you here. Okay. Ines Hia de la Oscuridad Contreras. That's a mouthful. Absolutely. Also, the cannons. I forgot to mention this. Yes, they have shred now, so they have innate shredding. But you're getting a mobility penalty of 2 for carrying cannons. So there is a pretty big hit there. And I feel like it's pretty balanced. That's pretty fair. Okay. Ines Contreras was almost literally born to be a performer. Her father and grandfather were both famous luchadors in Mexico. El Oscuro La Oscuridad had been regular names on the Lucha Libre shows for over 40 years, teaming together as one of the most popular duos in the country, and her mother went into labor with Ines at a particularly raucous show in Puebla, growing up with wrestling in her blood, seeing her father wearing his mask whenever he went out in public. She dreamed of entering the ring herself, swinging and tumbling around the furniture at home as a small child, imagining herself as La Hija de la Oscuridad, the daughter of darkness. Oh, cool. Okay, I love it. Her father had other ideas. Years in the wrestling industry had taught him it wasn't the safest place for young women, and he guided Ines into gymnastics, dance, and drama classes, giving her an outlet to perform under the guise of it all being good background work for her future career. When she was a little bit older, Ines loved the skills she learned in those lessons, how to control herself, how to convince people she was something more than just a body in motion, how to make people believe in the character she was portraying. Sorry about that. But she knew that this would be nothing next to being a luchadora. She dreamed of finding her own duos partner, making it to the big events and television shows, just like her forebears, knowing that the whole nation was transfixed by the new sensations, and seeing the young girls and boys wearing masks just like hers, just as she did now with her dad. The aliens came when she was just 14. The abductions, bombings, and gas pod drops led to the Contreras family abandoning the city and pushing out into the rapidly growing refugee camps. Conscription hit, and Ines knew that things had changed when she saw La Oscuridad in a line with all the others, unmasked, giving his name as Raul Contreras. Okay. Like many, he did not come back after the fall of the governments around the world. Life wasn't easy in the camps, but for a smart athlete who could move quickly, who could scamper and climb with great agility, funny because minus mobility because of the cannon, anyway, and who could spin a convincing tale if absolutely necessary, Innes became a runner, going on raids into the Advent-controlled city centers to find supplies. This is actually perfect because that's your first mission. Whatever would help to keep starvation away for one more day. Innes never forgot what had been taken from her. As she grew older, she ensured that the young children, who only knew life in a resistance camp, knew there was another world possible, one where laughter, excitement, and a full stomach didn't seem like pipe dreams. As rumors of Xcom began to swirl around the resistance radios, Innes recognized that she had the basics needed to help. She grabbed her father's mask, the one thing she had left of him, and let it be known that if Xcom were in Mexico, she would be ready to serve. Yeah, that's a sick backstory. Love like the little luchador tie-in and stuff with the mask and the performer. Like very, very cool. Happy to have you here, and good efforts on the bio. Joe Puddin' Pop blogs for something completely different. Daylight and pain. Enduring pain. I extract myself from the collapsed rubble, plasma-scorched earth surrounding the environs around me. My right arm, half-healed, scarred, but surprisingly still useful. The rest of me functional. My armor mostly intact, my weapon a few feet away. I am a soldier, but I know nothing more than that. I see only broken bodies, human and otherwise, and start walking towards the outline of a ship towards the horizon. As I arrive, I see fellow soldiers, none of them familiar to me. An officer approaches, but I can tell him nothing, my mind an empty void. Well, mate, you'll be joining up with us. And Joe blogs as good as any for you now. The fight continues. Hey man, happy to have you here, Puddin' Pop. I don't know why your name is Puddin' Pop. I don't know. We'll come up with something, for sure. John Smith. So we know his backstory from Season 8, but we're going to go through it here anyway. Eyes Only dossier hand-delivered to Bradford, April 15th, 1932. United States Military Academy, West Point, 50 to 54, Bachelor's of Science, Lieutenant 2nd grade. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, expertise, system engineering, nuclear engineering, Elerium engineering, service history. Inspired by the newsreels on the end of World War II, John focused his learning on engineering and nuclear systems. After graduation, he was assigned to the Department of Defense's Research and Development Division. In '62, John was headhunted by the Bureau for his outstanding work on exotic power systems. He was assigned to the labs under Dr. Weir to help analyze the alien technology. After the Carter incident was resolved and the Bureau faded into obscurity, John was part of a hand-picked team formed by Dr. Weir to safeguard the alien technology for future research in a secure, hidden facility. Over the years, the facility was considered long abandoned and forgotten. In 2015, when the invasion reactivated the Xcom project, the US military investigated the abandoned outpost and was surprised that John was still guarding the technology. John was then assigned as a liaison to Dr. Vallon's department to continue his work on the alien technologies. John assisted the good doctor until the fall of Xcom. After losing so many friends again and again, John decided the only way to safeguard humanity was to pick up arms rather than doing research. Since then, John has been working as a rogue operative, feeding information and technologies to the Resistance for years. Tygan's notes. After a thorough physical examination, it is my expert opinion that while this man is easily 4 times the age of any other operative, his capabilities are that of a man in his 40s. My current theory is long exposure to experimental Elerium-based technology has somehow altered the fundamental makeup of this man's body. John Oldman Smith, very, very happy to have you again. Kate Toaster Elliott, our survivalist. God, we have a lot of sniper rifles right now. Personnel server destroyed, loading last recorded log. Name, Kate Elliott, call sign, Toaster. Date of birth, 3rd July 2011. Country, Scotland. Rank, fighter, USGI, US Guerrilla Initiative. Kate Elliott's sudden appearance amidst the chaos of the alien attacks was nothing short of providential. Emerging from the wilderness, fleeing from the alien psionics lurking nearby, she initially appeared to be a lost tourist caught in the crossfire of our conflict. However, it became swiftly apparent that her presence was far from accidental. I did talk earlier about Toaster being the Toaster from previous campaigns, but now I'm wondering if that was the case. I wonder if those were like sparks and not mechs. It's been so long. Anyways, you guys could confirm for me possibly. Please let me know. Despite her reserved demeanor, Trained extensively by her father in guerrilla tactics from a young age, Kate's proficiency across various weapon types spoke volumes of her rigorous upbringing in Scotland's rugged landscapes. Despite her reserved demeanor, there was a subtle intensity about Kate. Her preference for wearing battle paint, no doubt to hide her physical and emotional scars, yeah, cool, exemplified her resilience through adversity. And this is very, like, Braveheart looking. I love it. Her call sign Toaster echoes her reputation among our troops, a name earned through a combination of tactical acumen and a swift, sometimes ruthless approach to the threats. I'm recommending Kate Elliott to my contacts close to Xcom. Her presence there will not just be beneficial, but essential. Bradford and I may not be the young men we used to be, but we both know an excellent soldier when we see them. N-Log, Acting General, USGI. Sick. Yeah, happy to have you. This is going to be very cool. Excited to experiment with your class as well. It's going to be sweet. Lady Mismatch Luck. Now that is a cool vibe. Got to know what's going on with the eyes there. And the potential, like, facial reconstruction. What is going on? Age. Never ask a lady her age. Got it. Lady Luck was once a member of a mercenary company known as Purple Pyre. A fact that she shows proudly through her purple flame tattoos. Okay, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. The group carried out a few small-scale raids against Advent facilities, far beyond what you'd expect a small squad to be able to deal with. But with numerous narrow escapes to their name, she became seen as their lucky charm and earned the call sign Lady Luck. Until, on one unfortunate day, disaster struck. They attempted to raid a reportedly abandoned facility, only to find Advent had laid a trap for a resistance group and that they were caught in a deadly crossfire. The fight was a complete mismatch, with Advent being in almost total control. In an act of desperation, Lady Luck used her last match to set the facility's fuel supplies ablaze. Hello. Beating a hasty retreat alongside this new resistance group, which she later learned was called Xcom, Lady Luck saw the remaining members of Purple Pyre give their lives to help her escape. Her birth name now lost to history, she considers Lady Luck to be her true identity, tied as it is to the memory of her beloved fallen comrades. However, she has also now taken the call sign Mismatch as a personal reminder of all her struggles against the behemoth that is Advent and the fateful night that brought her to Xcom. That's cool. I love the whole, like, ditched your original name, went with a nickname, but then also took a call sign. Like, yeah, very cool. Cool tie-in with the tattoos and everything. Happy to have you. That's sick. Okay. Couple more here. Ryan Charm Smith. Oh, God. From Central... There's always one. That's all I'm saying. There's always one. And Ryan Charm Smith, he's the one. From Bradford. Commander, I know beggars can't be choosers. Well, I'm not sure we should recruit this one. For starters, he refuses to wear a shirt. I noticed. Ryan claims his chest cannot be damaged by anything due to the magic charm that has been tattooed on his face. Okay. He claims that it was performed by a shaman. On top of this, he claimed the shaman told him that if he showered, the charm would lose its power. Okay. This has already led to many a person steering well clear of Ryan as they instantly put off by the stink. At the end of the day, it's up to you, Commander, if you want to recruit him. Maybe the charm really is lucky, or maybe Advent will be sent running by the smell as well. God. Yeah, welcome. Stay away from my room, please. And lastly, we have Victor the Doctor Laurent from Sweden. June 16th, 2005. Yeah, this is cool. Tesla Trooper with the bit. Born and raised in the outskirts of Boris, Sweden, Victor early on learned that to survive, you got to be able to talk for yourself. And by having an outraging amount of humor, he soon learned that making jokes will get you even further. Without taking interest in Advent or the ongoing conflict at all, Victor grew to be a successful businessman and quite content with his life. I think that should be content, not contempt, but I get it. During his early life, he always joked about how he would eventually die by making an unfitting joke at the wrong point in time. One day, during a routine Advent check at his company, Victor asked one of the Advent soldiers, "Do you know what Advent burgers are made of?" "Moutons." Kill me. He was immediately taken hostage, and during a gruesome interrogation, his tongue was cut out. Oh! By taking away his ability to talk and joke, Victor's will for vengeance grew to an obsession. During an Xcom stage jailbreak, he found his way to freedom and joined Xcom on the spot. Bradford's note, his nickname has no real meaning. I was wondering what was going on here. It's apparently just from a university stand-up gig involving a know-it-all attitude and extremely stereotypical German accent. Dude, I was wondering. Okay, so the doctor is silent. No tongue. Hey, that's cool. All right, that is everybody on the squad. The only other thing I want to do here is look at who might be chilling. We've got Zachary Jones here. 4 health, 66 aim. And we've got Jessica Strauss. Can I get a photo? Oh, okay, that's Zachary. And this is Jessica. 66 aim, 5 health. But he's got more mobility. She's got better will. Probably her. She's probably the pick right off the rip here. But I'm not going to pick anybody right now. But those are our 2 pending recruits. Guys, really hyped on our new roster. Really hyped on our start here. I feel like this skirmisher, like, I've said this before. I probably say this every campaign, but I just love the skirmisher start. And yeah, I've got rookies sitting there, but I don't need them right now. And I can get all this stuff kind of up and running a lot faster. It's just, yeah, this is such a huge beneficial start. And now we've got a supply raid to start as well. So I hopefully can get supplies required to build our combi lab. That would be sick. And we'll just go from there. But yeah, as a refresher, here's our first supply raid mission. And we are taking out Smith, Shirtless Charm, Koala, Colix, the Doctor, Toaster, and Oscurita. What is that? The bat? The Daughter of Darkness. There was somebody else with like a bat thing, right? Okay, I already have them confused. I'll do my research and I will lock that down. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Please drop a like on this video, drop a comment. That would mean a lot to me. And wish me luck on this next mission. Hopefully this campaign goes so much better than the other one. Not that I don't, like, I think actually losing a campaign once in a while is fine. I think it's more engaging. It means we're not just gonna steamroll all the time. But certainly I need to make better decisions in this one, and that's the goal. So, Operation Spiny Palace coming up next. Bye for now.